named Kevin.
Yeah, totally my fault.
No, I got stuck at the office, so we're trying to. We had to push this thing back almost an hour almost.
Almost, yeah. Okay, you sure you're live?
What happened?
Oh, there it goes. Never mind.
You got the delay, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right.
There we go.
Oh, you don't have to put it more on me.
Yeah.
Oh, 10. Okay. All right, let's see if we can make something out of this.
Happy Friday.
What's going on? What's going on?
You work for your dad or what? Or right?
No, I'm trying to take over my Papaw's storm shelter company.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out if I want to. Like I'm trying to work the fine line of doing that full time, but then still running the pressure washing business, and it's kind of hard because the pressure washing right now is like going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Also,
I got like people
and also breed rats and snakes. Well,
exactly. Yeah.
Right?
And somehow manage to keep sulcata tortoises and everything else. I don't know how.
And then do a weekly live.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I got to do all that, and then the weekly live, and then I got people text me like, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" Like, oh, dude, come on.
Well, of course, we always want to go fishing.
Yeah. What's going on, Glamorous? What's going on, JNS? Thank you guys for joining up. Like I said, late stream. It was my fault. I had a lot of stuff going on, so.
Hey, gave us time to eat dinner, so we're happy.
Yeah.
Made it happy, Jack.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to come down there, but damn, just like. Friday or I think it was like Wednesday, just started blowing up. Let's see here. Okay.
Brightness. Yeah.
All right. You want to start, Kevin?
There's a knob on there somewhere. Sure.
Okay. So let's explain what we decided to turn this episode into a little bit.
Yeah. So we decided on this one. We were each going to try and give our top 5 tips and tricks. Some stuff, most people can know, but I think some of them probably nobody else really knows.
and it works for us. I mean, we've been doing these tips, and all three of us really been doing tips and tricks like this since we started breeding. So it's going to be cool because, Kevin and I are at a different journey than it's Jack, right?
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Okay. All right. Yes, Jack. So Jack's at a different stage in his journey than both of Kevin and I are. Kevin and I are pretty new, back into the snakes. Kevin and I both had snakes, in earlier years and whatnot, but we haven't kept up with it. So, Jack's going to be good to kind of throw a different opinion in there. And hopefully some of you guys can take some of these tips and plug them into your breeding plan or whatever you want to do with them.
There you go.
Chris, what's going on? Thanks for joining up. Mark, thanks for joining up.
Oh, okay.
Pushing it down changes the color.
Oh, okay.
All right. So,
we can let's just go like 1-to-1. Let's just go you guys can pick, y'all can have one apiece, and then I'll take one, and we can give opinions in between.
You can't use the tips and tricks that I told you, though.
No,
okay.
No. So, all right. So, the first one I'm going to go with is using some sort of tracking software. I like software. Jack doesn't like software, but that's fine. I think having it online, being able to access it from anywhere, is freaking amazing. So we use Husbandry Pro. If we're at a show,
I think it's a fantastic idea.
You just don't want to do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you'll come set it up for me, I'll use it.
Hey, I'm the same way, Kevin. Come set mine up too. Come set mine up, Kevin.
I'm going to start a business. So start setting up Husbandry Pro.
You could. You really could.
He's going to be a Husbandry Pro.
Yeah. I'll charge you $1,000. I'll come enter all your shit, read all your tug cards, and then get you all the barcodes set up. And
but see, I'm never going to use that. I don't even carry my phone in my snake room half the time.
So that is, the harder part is making sure, keeping up with it. But really, it's once you get them set up. So we've got all our barcodes, right? All our labels have a barcode. We can scan that barcode. You can walk into my room and scan my barcode from your phone, and it will tell you the last 10 times that snake ate, the last 10 times it shed, whatever you want to record, really.
Yeah. I think that is way more beneficial at a show setting
for sure than in here.
Than it is for your own collection, in my opinion. For me personally, because I don't do technology. Like, I'm completely analog. Like, I'm a notepad and paper guy.
But it's also nice to be able to track all your breedings on there and everything. Yeah. Right. So
I just got a book.
Exactly. Yeah. But you got a book, and then if you didn't write it in the book, you're screwed.
But that's what I've done for so long before, because we didn't have any of this, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of in the middle of both of you guys. I'm gonna be straight. Kevin got me on Husbandry Pro. I mean, I'm in Billy's Patreon, so I have Husbandry Pro, whatever. I went on, put like probably 10 animals in, and I was like, "Fuck this!" Like, I was like, I'm gonna be honest. This is just my personal opinion. I'm like in the center of both of you guys. Like, I'm like sitting in the buddy seat right between you guys.
The setup's a little bit much, but once you get it set up, it is so quick and easy. No.
See, I can get that, but like at the same time,
if you carry your device around, it is easy. But I don't carry my phone when I'm in the snake room cleaning, when I'm feeding. But my phone is in a different room completely.
Agreed.
See, I carry a phone. I carry a phone all the time, but mine, I just don't. For me, I'm gonna be straight up. I don't want to track anything other than maybe an ovulation is the only thing ovulation and a prelay would be the only two things that I want to. I don't want to check. Like when I go into feeding day, I just open tubs. I open every tub unless that female's ovulated, and I toss a rat in or an ASF or whatever. And I don't care personally. I just feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it'd be good to have record. Like if I buy a snake from Kevin, like when I bought that normal double head from him, Monsoon Clown male, I mean, I could easily just, adopted that male into the Husbandry Pro and it'd have been dandy. Everything would be fine. Yep. But like, I don't personally, when I go on Morph Market and I buy an adult female, it could be nice to have, but I don't personally like, oh, hey, do you have Husbandry Pro on this animal? Like, hey, I want to have this.
I mean, I don't care about that either, but it's nice to have for me. Sorry, they're being loud upstairs. So, give you an example. This female down here, she's a normal het clown, and she's about to lay. She should lay like next weekend. So, if it was just going on memory, I don't know what I apparently didn't know what I paired her to, because I thought I paired her to the clown boy, but I paired her to the DG het clown male.
Oh, okay.
Right. So when I actually looked and like scanned it, I was like, oh, I did that. Okay. Right. So then, and I can go in there and I can look at pictures. I can, like, it's all connected in one spot. Right. So I don't have to scroll through my phone for 6 hours to look for a pairing picture.
I retain a lot of that. But I've done it for 12, 13, how many, 13, 14 years, or how long?
So you've never been surprised on a clutch that you put a male in and you forgot you put that male in?
No, because I write it down. But
so you've never missed writing them down, though?
No.
The
only time
I write mine down, but I use painter's tape. Like, I mean, that's just personally what I just like put a piece of the painter's tape on top of the tub and I write it down. That's just
so I've got backups. Like I've got like a main breeding book log, and then also have stickers on the front of my tubs. With every time I put a male in there, it gets a sticker, and then I mark it whether they lock or not. And on the back of the feed card, after they lay, I write down my lay information, my date, eggs, blah, 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 and the males. So I've got it like threefold. I've got it in triplicate. So,
yeah. No, I can see every side. Like I said, I mean, I'm in the middle of you guys. Like, I want to get into it more. I really do. I would love to have all my shit done, but it just, to me, it's like, I don't know when I'd use it besides when I was looking at a female to ovulate.
So, I mean, it's nice to be able to track their feeding too, right? Like I can look at any snake in my collection and say, this is the last time I don't track everything by any means. We track feeding, sheds, and breeding. That's it, right?
Yeah. Like so in whatever system you use, whether it's computerized or paper, like myself, I always suggest everybody tracks feeding, because like if you have a big snake, a big female, are you truly going to remember if she ate last week or if it was 3 or 4 weeks ago? Because if she's 5,000 grams or 4,000 grams, she's so big, If she loses 40 or 50 grams, you're not going to know. So if she skips a month, you're not really going to know if you don't track it somehow.
Yeah. No, I can see that, but like personally, I don't know. I can see it, but then I kind of don't.
I mean, there's other ways to track it too, right?
But tracking feed, however you track, but feeding is definitely something that I would suggest that everybody keep up with.
See, like personally, what I do, like, I mean, I get it. I probably should track a lot of the shit that I don't track, but like with me feeding, unless I mark on that female's tub that she is ovulated or about to lay eggs, every single tub that's in my entire collection gets fed every week, regardless. Like I'm never gonna not
correct.
feed.
But what if she didn't eat?
What if she didn't eat? That's what I'm not.
Well, I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna force feed her.
No,
so
but
what does it
how
matter?
do you know that?
But how do
you
you
got an issue?
Yes. How do you know when you have an issue if you don't keep track of when she actually ate?
Well, okay, so but how is it going to help me? Let's just say I got a female that's 5,000 grams. She decides that she wants to go off food for 2 months.
Right.
I'm not going to force feed her. I'm not going to force feed her, but if she's already 4,000 grams, she's going to, I mean, at the end of the day, she's going to pick and choose when she wants to go.
But
like, she's not going to go.
First off, you know that you're not going to breed her because she's hasn't eaten in 3 months.
Right.
Right. You know that she could have, an obstruction or something.
Yes. You know that there's some sort of issue.
Something wrong with her, right? Or, you have the opportunity to move her down a tub size or,
or change
do
something
whatever,
about
right?
her tub. Like, that
like
if you track that whether she's eating or not over a couple of months, I mean, 2 months is not going to hurt, right? But if you don't keep track of it to know that, you don't know that there's something amiss.
Yeah, see, most of my females, like, if they're off food, like, especially, I mean, large girls given, I mean, I guess something would be up, but I mean, the chances of something like that being wrong with a snake, I feel like would be like very, very slim, but it just seems like I mean, I get it. Tracking is easy in the grand scheme of things.
I guess it depends on how many animals you have. When you have a lot of animals, like you have 100 or more animals, just the simple fact that you have a high number of animals, you're going to have more issues come up because you have more chances for any sort of issue to come up. So if you keep track of at minimum of feeding, you'll notice cycles and their patterns for that. So you'll know if something is wrong.
Yeah, and see, I get it. I don't know. For me, it just seems like, I don't know. It just seems like unless I really want to put the time into Husbandry Pro, it almost just feels like it's not even worth my time messing with it, because most of the females that I have that go off food usually go off food because they're breeding and they need a lock. And then as soon as you get a lock back on them, then they go back on food and they do the same cycle. Like most of my females this year, like especially my smaller females, like 1,200 to 1,800 grams, like they're going to go off food completely. They have follicles, but they're going to go off food for probably as long as I don't feed them, or as long as they don't lock, they're not going to eat. They're in breeding mode and they're not going to, as long as they don't get locked, they're not going to eat. But like as soon as I throw, like I have a Mojave double het DG cryptic, for example, I threw, she had 10 millimeter follicles. I noticed that the next time I ultrasounded, she only had 11. So I was like, all right, cool. She's not developing. So then I threw the male in, and all of a sudden now she's slammed 8 ASF and she's back off food, but it's because she needs another lock and it's a month in. And it's just like a cycle. So I get it. Again, I mean, you should track a lot of stuff, but I don't necessarily know that, like, I don't know. Personally, for me, it's not necessary.
You should track a lot. Like, I don't do sheds. Like, I don't worry. There's only one shed I care about, and that's the pre-lay shed.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't care about their sheds. They can shed whenever they're ready to shed.
Yeah.
Like, I know people that would track when they poop. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. I'm definitely not doing that for sure. Brother Mark said I'll probably get Husbandry Pro next year. I don't have a big collection at the moment. JNS said if I could get someone to set my account up and log all my animals, I would love it. Hey, hit up Kevin. Kevin's your handyman. He's like your pool man, but he's coming to.
Kevin's got 600 animals to set up down the street first.
Well, I mean, so you can do mass imports, right? So you can type this all into Excel. You don't have to go through. Like, I will give you. It is a little bit clunky to get them in one at a time. Right, that's way too much. But you can literally type in, okay, I've got a pastel DG, right? I've got a blah blah blah. You just need your animal ID, the genes, and the sex.
Look at Jack's face. He's like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit. He's like, I ain't doing it. Kevin's over here trying to talk him into it. And he's like, I ain't doing it.
Anyway, so that's mine. Anyways.
Okay.
So, what do you got, Jack?
What are we doing?
Top 5 tips and tricks. Anything you feel like talking. Like, you can start with the kids' table if you want.
Sure. Kevin calls it the kids' table. So, breeder males that will go off feed. If you're not tracking their feed, how do you know when they go off feed? That's on you.
Hey, when they go off food, I mean, it's not going to help. I can't force feed them, so it's either, it's either I'm going to have to get him off breeding mode and just let him do his thing. That's exactly what I do with this stranger.
Okay.
He goes off food.
So this is what that comes to. How do you get him off of breeding mode?
You just leave him in his tub until you decide that he finally wants to eat.
No, you throw him in
I have a stranger.
You throw him in the incubator where the eggs are.
That shit don't work. I already tried it. I tried it with 4 mils, and it don't work for me. And my incubator's on year round, and it's at 88 degrees.
Well, how long did you leave him in there?
At least
4 days.
Oh, that's dude.
4 weeks.
Dude, what the fuck do you think you're breeding?
Why would I breed it? Why would I leave him in there for 4 weeks?
4 weeks. If they go in the incubator, they stay for a month. Period.
So I could get him off of food or back on food in a month, sitting in his tub.
Dude, I've had males. Males are like retarded teenagers, especially young males. They will literally only do one thing until they die. If you don't do something to help them,
I'm telling you, dude. Like this male right here, he goes off food religiously every year, and I literally just I leave him off food for like 3 weeks.
But he's not a young male if he does it every year. He's obviously seasoned and knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Like young first or second year, like first year breeder males, they're. I mean, you do this for many years, and first year males will kill themselves because all they want to do is pair.
Well, yeah, if you overbreed them, I'm not overbreeding them. I'm just not feeding or not pairing him. You can breed it until he gets on.
2 females a month, and he will kill himself by not eating. 2 females a month is not overbreeding.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I get that, but I'm just saying I'm not breeding him. When he goes off food and he has his locks that I know he's capable of doing, I'm not gonna breed him, but I just leave him alone. And it's like I don't throw him in with a tub for like 3 weeks and it just resets. But I tried the trick. Maybe I'm not doing it long enough. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Like if they smell it in the room, because they're all in the same room. Well, all mine are in the same room.
Yeah.
If certain males, it's not all the time. It's just sometimes they will get into breeding mode and they will not eat. They refuse food until they think breeding season is over. So to make them think breeding season's over, you throw them in the incubator with all the eggs for a month.
A month.
Absolutely.
Maybe it works.
And something else, it's not necessarily getting them back on feed, but if you have any kind of issues and you get like a slight RI or slight issue, you throw them in the incubator and raise the temperature up a little bit. It simulates a slight fever, and you don't necessarily even have to go to medications or anything else. I don't suggest that for everybody. That's a more
catch it early and sometimes you get away with it.
A more experienced type thing, knowing whether you can do that or not. But I mean, that's something else too.
Yeah, well, that's a good trick because I didn't know you said a full month.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Now I still feed them every week, even with them in the incubator.
Just pretend that that's their tub.
That's just their tub for the next month. But then they start smelling the eggs, and they don't smell any of the female pheromones, so they get back to food.
Hey, Glamorous said, Mission, what's going on? Appreciate you joining up. Glamorous said, a little trick I use is when I take my males out after breeding, I wash them with warm water and Dawn dish soap, and it gets the female scent off, and they do not stop eating. It works great.
Yep, it can. Yeah. So that's what I do with females after they lay. I wash, except I don't use Dawn. I use chlorhexidine because I just have a jar or a spray bottle. So I just use chlorhexidine instead of Dawn.
All right, Keaton, you're up.
Mm-hmm. I feed whatever I have.
You feed whatever.
Rats,
Yeah,
ASF,
I religiously
mice.
feed ASF now. I won't feed anything other than ASF. But he's basically my first question is, or my first, I guess, tip that I do is when I switched my collection from rats when I first started into breeding my own ASF, and it's tremendous. It's helped my collection tremendously. I mean, I've got males and females, holdbacks that that are already over 1,000 grams, aren't even a year old. And I've got some in my collection right now that aren't even a year and a half old that I produced that have already got 15 millimeter follicles. And that's basically, I've just noticed a big uptake in health and just overall, just well-being of my snakes switching from rats to ASF.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can have their own argument. I mean, I don't really know many people that argue against ASF, to be honest, but
there used to be arguments against them. Like people would always claim that they'll get stuck on them.
Yeah,
if you can't get them.
The problem was that people use them as a way to get picky eaters to eat.
Correct.
So and then they became associated with picky eaters.
Correct.
Because if you've got a shitty eater in the start and you get her to eat in ASF, then she's still a shitty eater.
Right.
Even though she's eating ASF, she's still a shitty eater. Right. She's not going to eat a fucking rat.
Right.
Because she wasn't going to eat a rat in the first place.
Yeah. But before ASFs, the picky eaters got mice.
Yeah, or gerbils or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So they were still picky eaters then.
Yeah.
So we've always had picky eaters, but they just got all associated. And
when we moved, we were doing this the last time around. We were feeding exclusively ASFs, like 100 snakes. When we moved to Illinois, didn't have any ASFs. Rats were a pain in the ass to get too, but entire collection switched. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. Like nobody cared. If a snake's hungry, it's gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta find my freaking charger.
All right, we'll keep going without you.
Well, I don't have 5. I didn't make a list, just so you know.
You can wing it.
I'll make something up, maybe.
So the next one's gonna be Whitney will tease me because it's a Six Sigma lean words. It's andons. So andons are visual markers so that visual markers so you know to do stuff, right? So on our tubs, we've got these stoplights. So this is how I mark when there's food in the tub. So if I throw a rat in there and I don't, I'm in a rush or whatever, I will toss the rat in each tub and mark the ones that didn't grab it right away red. Once they grab it, it's yellow. So I know that there's a dead rat in there or whatever. And then once I check that they've eaten it and then mark it in Humphrey Pro, then it goes back to green.
What's up, Nathan?
So those are andons. And you can do them a whole bunch of different ways, right? Some people use like binder clips on their tubs and stuff to mark feedings.
I don't do it's not for feedings for me, but I use marker clip binder.
Yeah. Clips. So there's a ton of different ways, but visual cues to help you do stuff easier. It's just going to make your life better.
Yeah. And so I guess my next one will be something not too far off from that. Pick a system that works for you and actually use it. I mean, it sounds pretty simple and like, why does it need to be said? But I know a lot of people that jump from one system to another, and you never get caught up with any one system and you get lost. So find a system and just actually use a system. Whatever that system is. Doesn't even matter what it is.
Did you find your charger, Keaton?
I guess not.
I think he got lost.
I keep wanting to call him Keegan, but it's Keaton.
Keaton with the T. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. Keaton. Sounds like a villain in some movie or something.
Hey, Chris, if she loves the rats, then just let her keep a couple as pets and feed off the ASFs. If she loves rats, then she shouldn't want you to feed off the rats. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're skipping him. You want to go to your next
Sure. We'll skip Keaton's next one. So This is an old one that I haven't heard since we came back in anybody talking about. But everybody knows these from when you were a freaking kid. The rubber fingers that you use for sorting paper or whatever. These, for taking off stuck shed, there's nothing that works better.
Yeah.
It's smooth, like it's easy on this. You're not going to hurt your snake by rubbing this rubber finger on them. And it like literally suctions it off. So you just, you can get them wet if you want first, but realistically it doesn't even matter. This will pull off stuck shed like nobody's business. And you just, rub with the grain, like the direction that the snake would crawl, head to tail. And you can pull off stuck shed. So again, that's something that used to be all over the ballpythons.net and shit like that, but I haven't heard that from anybody since we came back in. So
all right, I'm back.
Oh,
well, we skipped you.
We skipped you.
That's fine.
Well, I'll go ahead and do another one, and then it's like
I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do this shit. I'm gonna be straight up. Today is just not my day.
it happens.
Today is not my day.
Makes for better content.
Right.
Yeah, for real though. Like
because you're just baking. It's like Casper the Ghost.
I need a hard reset for today. Just now I gotta find an extension cord. So keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, so like you get into like your routines, your maintenance routines, because you got to clean your animals, your maintenance routines. Prep as much of it as you can beforehand, so that you don't spend as much time just wasting time. Like do all of your prep work, whether that's pulling paper towels, getting your bedding, whatever bedding you use, or
What's
just
up, Charlie?
all of your stuff. Just prep work.
Son of a.
Really?
Con, can you get us demonetized?
This live is officially over. This is the Kevin and Jack show.
What?
Well, this is the Kevin and Jack show. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah. So Charlie's here, so we'll skip ahead one and shed testing. I cannot express enough how much that sets you ahead and gets you where you're going quicker. So Charlie Gray Rider, he's going to be at Tinley with us. We'll have a table set up. We're collecting sheds. So we use what I do on mine. I don't know if it's going to come up super clear or not, but I put the actual envelope, whatever Ziploc, whatever you're using, actually with the snake, like in the label. Yeah. So then when they shed, I know immediately that I need to collect that shed. And then once I've collected them, then send them off and have them tested. Our last batch that we sent to Charlie, 5 out of 7 of that were tested for het clown came back positive. So I like those results much better than the first go around.
That's crazy right there. That's crazy.
Testing them.
Dude, testing gets you so much further. It gives you, in my opinion, shed testing is the way to go.
It's beneficial.
I would breed
I can't afford to shed test as much as you do.
But I mean, for value,
you've shed test more in like one go than I did all of last year. Like,
hey, you know what we need? You know what we need? We need a code is what we need. For this stuff, that's what we need. Let's be honest here.
Now
that's what we need, Charlie.
You test more than me, but the reason you test more than me is because of
the age of our collections.
Correct.
For sure. Because I'm in catch-up mode.
Right.
I need Charlie to hurry up and get the monsoon test so that I can spend a whole shitload more money.
Right. But like most of my, like anything that I'm testing, it's because I've read a double het to double het or triple het to triple het.
Yeah.
And I hit a visual that's pos het. Well, I test it to see if I want to keep it or not.
But even on those, with the pricing that Charlie's got,
mm-hmm.
I ain't tested some of these that are het clown. right? Banana and she Lesser. Like, it's not great. But I mean, she's pretty. If she turns out to be head clown, then I'll keep her.
Right.
You know, but
But you just love testing. I think you just love the testing.
It's so wonderful.
Kevin, oh man, I cannot wait for the chop. You're gonna keep some of that shit. We're going to the chopping block with that one for sure. That one's going off.
No, dude, a banana and she Lesser head clown. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some head clown girls you can just have. I don't care.
He said, if you're feeling bad and you want to hold some head clown back, I got you some. Oh, that's funny. All right, so I'm gonna run with one, even though I've missed half of the live. So we're gonna run with.
Actually, you could probably run the next 2 or 3 and catch up.
Yeah, maybe the next 2 or 3. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll just sit back here.
Yeah, there you go, guys. You're done for the day. Okay, you just look pretty over there. You know.
Oh shit!
Smile for the camera.
Oh, we're sure.
All right, so my next one that I've recently learned would be the difference, like the pros and cons that I personally have found with using PVC style racks, like your VE style. Like any other, like most custom built racks are probably going to be PVC. I don't even think anybody uses the melamine or whatever the board is. I don't even think people use that anymore. But the difference between the PVC style and the metal racks, how it's benefited me, because I have an ARS 10 high. Now I'm definitely going to be moving into the metal racks, like the Freedom Breeder stuff. That's what I'm, about to buy into. But I will say, living in Texas or a place where you don't have high humidity for a certain time of the year, and you don't have 100% control of your environment, like even with this mini split and tons of insulation, I'm on a concrete floor with carpet, and I lose all my humidity through the floor because I don't have my concrete coated. And I will say, having the PVC style racks has helped a ton because I can monitor, my actual humidity level, and I don't have to go out and buy an industrial humidifier and put it in this room that's going to cost me $1,000. But then again, on the other side, I've learned that it sucks in the summertime because in Texas, you have best of both worlds, and you get a shitload of humidity in the summertime. So then you run into the problem of not having enough ventilation in the tub. So then your cocoa and all your bedding starts molding. Like I went through Aspen. I went through different cocoa chips. I probably went. The only thing I have not tried, which I do want to try, is cypress bedding. Which I heard the cypress is good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cypress.
Not a big fan.
You don't want cypress.
Well, if you do decide to do cypress, bake the shit out of it.
Or freeze it.
For
at least 2 weeks.
Because you will get mites so damn quick, and they're the.
I found out what.
Yeah, they're not snake mites, but
it's wood mites, but it still looks bad.
So this is all side note, but I found the brand that Ozzy used, but you got a problem is the freight to ship it. The company he goes to, like kiln dries it or whatever. I don't know what they do to it, but apparently he buys straight and he ships it into his collection, and just puts it in his tubs. But the problem is it's in a different state, obviously. So then you have to hot shot it over, which is basically another $1,000. You're paying more for the hot shot or the freight than you are the actual freaking bedding. So that's not worth it. At that point you might as well get a Repi chip delivered to your door the next day.
And realistically, it's gonna mold the same way that everything.
Yeah, else. And see that's the thing.
Material.
Yeah, and that's the thing I thought. But that's the thing. Like I said, I've had the PVC, I've had the metal. I'm moving into metal because I think it's gonna be a little easier now that I have the room dialed and it's 80 degrees all year round. But still, I will say, like, if you don't have the money, 100% PVC racks, like VE racks, you can control your humidity level almost perfectly if you're smart.
The other thing you can do on the metal racks is they have ventilation holes, right? Mm-hmm. You can also block some of those holes.
Yes.
So it's very easy. Even can be cheap if you want. You can just grab some freaking aluminum foil and tear off the sheets, and they'll cover those holes and hold humidity in there. That works well on even like aquariums and stuff. When you've got the mesh lid, you can just literally tinfoil that thing, and it'll hold your humidity.
And so the only problem the only problem I've noticed with that, like, don't get me wrong, that's a good way to fix it, but then you run into the issue, which I did at first before I had this room insulated like a cooler and everything pretty much done besides my floor, is my ARS rack. When I first started the 10 high back there, it would I would fix my ventilation, but the floor, because I was on a concrete floor, even with carpet, the rack would hold so much. It would be so cold because of the metal that I could never get my temperatures correct. And I couldn't even, like, I had to, at one point, I was running my thermostat like 4 degrees higher to compensate because of my metal rack was so cold. And that was because I didn't have the proper floor insulation, to be able to hold temperature correctly. And I was running my room ambient temperature at like 74, 75, which was not high enough. Now that's at 80, I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes if people don't have the perfect setup, you may have problems with the metal racks. That's the only reason I kind of said you
For
could.
sure.
I've got both.
But again, we're in a house. He's in a garage on a slab.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. So that's a, like you said, a nice diversity of options.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can, if you're in a state that's got really up and down temperatures and up and down humidity levels, I mean, honestly, you couldn't go wrong with either or. But let's be honest, which I've learned at first, I didn't think I was gonna like. I was like, oh, who needs metal racks? That shit's for rich people.
Dude, my Freedom Breeder racks are. I mean, I love the metal racks, and I went with Freedom Breeder only because number one, it's stainless, and I wanted the stainless. It's more of an industrial look, and they have a drawer. They have the pull-out shelf.
The shelf is pretty nice.
I like that. That's the reason I'm switching.
That shelf, like so that's kind of the other one of my tips was going to be like a cart or something to move around your room. But if you have the Freedom Breeder racks, I don't need a cart in that room.
Yeah, you save a lot of space and less clutter and everything.
Fit a cart in that room.
I mean, I could. I just couldn't walk around. No. I have to play Tetris just to get the racks in and out as it is.
Yeah. No, I agree 100% there. It saves a lot of, I mean, if you have that, that's why I'm switching. That's the only reason I'm switching is because of what you just said and because it looks better, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
You know what the downside to stainless steel is, though? Don't magnetize.
It's not magnetized. But I don't use magnets.
Kevin can't do that. He would die.
I mean, I don't use magnets.
No, don't worry. I've already thought of a way to fix that too. I'm just gonna screw some screws in, metal screws, and then I can stick the magnets to the metal screws.
So I guess another one is like going back to a system, like find a system. Like you use the magnets. I use how's it called? Dry erase tape. Mm-hmm. So he's got a dry erase board behind the camera, so that's why I was pointing at it. But so you dry erase tape, and then you just cut the tape to fit wherever you want it, and then you can write on it and erase whatever you need, whatever information. Like I label all my tubs with what's in, the animals that are in each tub, and I have breeding information on the dry erase tape on the outside of the tub, so it's just there at a quick visual. I know what's going on.
That's smart. Straight Blast asked a quick question. He said, working on electrical for my snake room, any quick tips? I will add, because I've had my electrician over here like 10 different times. Yeah, because so first one, and I'm sure both these guys over here will attest to this and say this is 100% what you need to do. When you're running your receptacles in your room, 1,000%, this could be a tip. This basically is another tip here. Run your receptacles up high. Because if you don't run them high, then you're not going to have enough room for your freaking VE thermostats or whatever to plug in.
Parts of that.
GFIs too.
Put them on their own breakers.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Like each wall. You don't have to do
each wall would be fine.
Not individual ones, but like if you have multiple walls, each wall has its own small breaker. And they don't have to be big breakers. They can be 15 amp or 10 amp or whatever, double breaker.
I learned that, and then I also learned run your light on a different phase.
Yes.
Because if you don't run your light on a different phase, then your light's going to tap into your freaking racks, and then you're going to be having the shit that I had. It looks like you're doing disco mode. Doom, 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 and you're having a seizure when you're watching the snake videos. What's going to happen?
Yes. And then the other part of that too is that if you need to change something on the electrical and you shut off your breaker, then you're working in the dark. But if it's on a different breaker, then your light's on and you can mess with the stuff on the wall.
Well, and then you don't have to shut down the whole room. Like if each of your walls, depending on how big your room is, like if you have a really, really large place, you don't want too much of a wall. But 15 feet, so maybe three or four outlets on one wall, then you can shut them down individually if you ever need to work on them. You can everything on its own individual breaker just makes future work a lot easier.
This is what I recently did. So unless you guys have the money, unless you guys have the money, which some people do, some people don't, a backup generator for a house or even a shop, in this matter, is expensive, especially when you're going to run everything on it. So I had my electrician come in and pull me another breaker, and had him make me a male-to-male connection with, I think this is a 240. And basically what I do is I'll walk outside. I have a trailer that I can go pick up that when I need it, or you can go buy you a generator and you have your 240. It's gonna be hard to see over here, but my guy came over here and put in a 240 connection. So basically in the wintertime in Texas, when it gets bad, I can come out here, pull my generator out, plug my male to male into my, my generator, flip my switch on my breaker, and it'll power the entire shop. And that to me, lifesaver, because personally here, I've had my power go out probably 10 times in the past 2 years. And one time I would have lost everything. Like I would have lost all my snakes and everything. So
yeah, that's when it was real hot, right?
Yeah, when it was real hot and when it was real cold too. We had ice and everything shut off. My mini split iced over. I mean, it was bad. And if I wouldn't have had that, no way I would have. I mean, my snakes would have been dead for sure.
Well, a little trick for cold weather time. If you're ever worried about losing power and you don't have a generator, you literally need a candle, one of the, medium size in the glass jar candles, a couple of bricks, and a terracotta pot. And that just creates a radiant heater that will take care of a reasonable size room.
Huh.
It takes time, obviously, for the terracotta to heat up, but then it just acts as a radiant heater. And it'll
that saved all your guys' snakes.
And it'll last
2020, right?
Yeah, but that candle will burn for like 12 hours, 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah. That's smart right there. That's
so
smart.
if you just put one per room that you need to keep warm, and it'll take time to heat up, but once it does, it just acts like a radiant heater for hours and hours and hours.
Huh. Yeah, that's good info right there. Because like I said, I mean, up until I had my generator, I mean, I was praying that I wouldn't lose power. And I mean, yeah, having the 240 hookup is definitely the way to go. But if you can't afford it, and you've got to make do, that right there could save people's collections.
I mean, because like not all of us have somewhere that we could even put a generator on our properties.
Yeah.
We may have small properties or a rent property,
or an apartment,
or whatever the case.
Maybe in an apartment. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you may not even be able to do anything. You may be in an apartment. You may be in a garage in an apartment, hoping and praying that power comes back on, and that may save your collection right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it literally just a cheap terracotta pot from any kind of garden place, a couple of bricks, and a candle.
Huh. Man, that's good info right there, 100%. I mean, we just covered two.
I do suggest like something to put it all on, just so you don't, not on the carpet.
Work great.
You don't burn your house down or something?
Yeah, not on the carpet.
Not on the carpet. If your house burns down, Southern Star Reptiles.
Hey, your snakes had a chance until they lit on fire. I mean, you gave them a solid chance.
Once you light it, you're on your own.
He doesn't claim to be a scientist in this matter. He's just telling you.
Hey, not financial advice.
Hey,
not financial advice. He said.
All advice is at your own risk.
That's funny. That's two. We just covered two really good points that neither one of us were thinking about talking about. So that's awesome. Again, Thank you guys. Any comments you have, drop them. We don't mind. I mean, this is what this is for you guys. I mean, we're here for you guys. I mean, obviously this is fun for us, but we're here for you guys. So if you have any questions that you want answered, don't hesitate. I mean, I know sometimes we pass by them, but we're trying our best to look at all of them. So
we got it up on both sides.
Yeah. Kevin's got it up on the laptop. So let me see. I'm gonna do one more real quick. I know. Let me see.
Don't worry, I got my next one queued up.
Okay.
More gadgets.
So my next one is going to be for people who are interested in the social media side of things. What I've learned, as you guys know, we've tried to grow this channel. It's been about a little over a year, slowly growing, starting to snowball. I started with just a phone, what I'm recording with now, but this kind of tip and trick is what I started using for my camera, my videographer, like type stuff. And my picture setup. So I recently picked up one of the DJI. It's actually right here. I record all my videos now, which I could do the live on it too, but it's kind of weird. So it's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and it's the new one from DJI. It costs I think I got the creator package. Cost like $700, if you're wanting to record, and take really cool videos, it's got, tracking capabilities. I mean, you name it. This right here is probably the best camera that I've ever touched for the money. Like, you can go out and spend $5,000 on a camera. It's going to be big as hell, and you're going to be carrying around looking like a dummy going through a show. This thing right here, it's the size of my hand with the extension. You take the extension off right here, and all of a sudden, it's like literally half of this right here. I mean, this is what it is right here. I mean, I can put this whole thing in my hand and put it in my pocket if I wanted to. Nobody would ever even see this. So if you guys are interested, and some of you guys are, recording for YouTube, Instagram, or just for yourself, the Osmo, 100% what I would recommend. And it's cheap enough. It's cheaper than an iPhone, and it records better than an iPhone. It's just night and day difference. So, and you guys, I recommend it. I know both those guys over there are not. Both these guys on the other side of the phone are not.
Hey, what are you
not
talking
very
about?
into
I'm social media magnet now, right?
Yeah.
I recently taught Kevin how to do a YouTube or a YouTube short, and he was like dumbfounded by it. So we're not.
Yeah. Well, hey, have you seen that I started posting this?
I know you post on Instagram now.
I know.
And
oh man, I'm on fire.
I see the comment. I see the comment where your wife said.
What?
I see the hashtag under there where your wife said Kevin tried.
Yeah,
I started laughing when I saw that.
I just go in for the most part and save them, or I copy paste. I have a little copy paste thing with and I'm like paste, and it's like change monsoon to clown or whatever. Yeah. That's like the extent of it. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with the hashtag. I don't even know what the hashtag means. I just know that.
So don't ask either one of those guys on the other side right now about anything social media aspect or camera, okay? Kevin may tell you that there's an iPhone 10 that's amazing. You might say that his iPhone 10 is amazing.
I don't even know what iPhone I have.
I don't either. I have whichever one my wife gave me when she replaced her laptop.
It's like, I don't know. Ours are like, I'm pretty sure it's an even number, so I think it's either a 12 maybe a 14. I don't know.
Oh, this just hurts my brain.
They go up to 14?
I think they're on like 15 now or something, or 16, aren't they?
I'm pretty sure it's 14. I know maybe it's a 15. I don't know. It's like it goes up every like month.
Mine's like a year or so old.
I think mine's probably like a 9. Mine's
yours
is it?
Yours probably doesn't even know what 4K is. Damn.
Probably not.
All right, Chris has got a question there. How do you send in shed tests? How old can the shed be? So if you go to shedtesting.com, Gray Rider, he's got instructions on there on how to send them in. Essentially, what you need to do is, one, pay for your test, and then they can be, as long as the shed is collected early and not wet. From what I've heard, they can be pretty much as old as you want. Like
I know they break down over time, though, don't they?
Only if they get wet.
Only if they get wet.
So I know, like I've heard RGI talking about it before, that he's got sheds from like 4 or 5 years ago that he's still testing.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think Charlie told me the other day that he's got a couple that are like a year or two old. So as long as you dry them before you put them in a container, then they should last for a long time.
There you go.
Obviously, if you don't know what the shed was for, like if you've got a shed for a long time that you weren't saving for this, you probably don't know what it's for. So
yeah, just a box full of sheds. Let's go test them all, see what they are.
See what they are. Okay, good. I've got some clowns in here. Some monsoons. Sweet.
There's some heck clowns somewhere.
So, but then you literally just put them in an envelope and mail them to whoever you're sending them to. There are a couple different options now for shed testing, depending on what tests are available.
No, there's only one option. Okay,
there is only one option.
You, how dare you say that, Kevin? Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner, Kevin.
I'm kind of in the corner.
Yeah,
I'm in the corner.
He's by the kids' table.
I'm by the kids' table. Yeah, see.
Yeah, you can get in there.
He can probably fit in there.
You probably could. I was just thinking. I was like, you probably could fit in there for sure.
You have to take the racks out for me, though.
I don't think I could fit in there with the racks in there.
Oh, you could lay down at least that
top
Chris,
rack. You can. What I do with
maybe on the top one, but I mean, it's not.
What I do with my shed is I pull it and I dry it. I actually asked Charlie the other day when I sent my first one. I was like, "What's the optimal, what's the optimal thing to do?" And he said, basically take your shit out, make sure it's not, and dry it for like 24 hours.
Unroll it first.
Yeah, unroll it and dry it for 24 hours, and then send it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
it's super simple.
So I literally unroll it, and I've got little magnet clips that are on my refrigerator.
Mhm.
I'll like just unroll it, hang it from the magnet clip, and make a note on what animal it is and what test it needs.
Mhm.
Clamp it up there, and it'll sit there for a week or till we get around to shipping it out.
Yep. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that, Chris. You should be fine. A couple weeks old, no problem.
Yeah, dude, you as long as you
dry it dry. As long as they're dry.
If you
and unrolled.
Exactly. If you find it in the water bowl,
throw it away.
It's probably gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
If it's full of shit,
gotta be dry.
Then and
if it's full of shit, at least unroll it to see if you because you only need like a half-inch piece.
Yeah, a very small, like the size.
Yeah, not even a half-inch. I just say a half-inch piece because a half-inch square that is more than enough for them.
Exactly. They're using like maybe one scale when they do the test,
right?
And that's a lot.
Hey, Kevin, tell them how you what you got told by RGI because some people may want to use that about cutting the.
Oh yeah, actually he posted a short on it the other day.
Yeah,
so
how to cut the scale.
Yeah, so RGI posted a short on how to trim the scale. So if you don't have time, or obviously you only want to do this on a bigger animal that can actually have some scale to trim.
Right.
But if you don't have time to wait, or you're like, hey, I need to breed this male, I just got him, and I want to figure out if he's got these genes that he needs, you can trim the belly scale.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be any particular scale.
No.
You just need the white part, basically like your fingernail.
Yep.
Don't cut into the cuticle. Just cut the nail, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's got a short on it on YouTube. So if you look it up, you can find him.
Yeah, no, that's good because some people may not want to wait, or some people may not be able to wait for a shed. Maybe they missed a shed, or they had a bad shed and it got in the water, and they didn't.
And it happens. But doing any sort of procedure on your animals.
Yeah.
Not everybody's
caution.
Yes, use caution, and if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. Find somebody else to do it.
Exactly. Or just wait on the shed. Or just wait on the shed.
Just wait. Because I mean, that's definitely something that not everybody's comfortable with. And sometimes you just have to learn. Like I had to learn all kinds of things. So, like egg bonding. Like what do you do when a snake gets egg bound?
Mm-hmm.
Call Jack.
That's what most people around here do.
I had to deal with 2 of those last season, man. It sucked. I mean, that was intense. We don't have any sort of reptile vets around here, so there's not. I mean, it's either you spend $1,000 and you take that animal to a vet and hope and pray that the snake doesn't die, or you figure out a way to do it yourself. And you gotta figure out a way to do it yourself most of the time. I mean, and that's the thing that on this channel. That's a good point because on this channel, that's one thing that we want to make very clear is it's 100% transparent. We're not going to beat around the bush on certain things. Like, I mean, if something comes up and one of us has a snake that's egg bound or something, you guys, I mean, let's be honest, most people don't have the money to take their snake and spend $1,000. I mean, you got to learn how to do it yourself, and you're not going to see this stuff. No shade to any of these big guys, but you're not going to see any of these big guys showing you how to massage,
unless you like Kevin McCurley.
Kevin McCurley.
Yeah.
Nerd.
There's one.
Nerd. Yeah, he will do everything.
So that's one thing about Kevin. He's very open and honest about any sort of medical type procedures he does. Like egg bound females, or where the eggs actually stick to the walls of the oviducts.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll actually spit them out with the oviduct attached, right?
And it'll prolapse the oviduct.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I lost a snake last season for that.
But he does abscess removal on snakes. I mean,
he'll do full operations.
Yes, he'll I mean, not major operations.
Well, but skin deep operations.
Yes, and
not organ transplant.
Well, but I mean, not super internal. But he does skin operations, surface operations on YouTube. And he posts them. and he gives you updates on a lot of them, but not all of them, but a good bit.
And that's good though, because I'm just saying in general, like let's just say ball python community. We're talking about ball python. I mean,
most ball python breeders you're not going to see.
You're never going to see Justin post a video on how to massage an egg out of an egg-bound female. You're not going to see it because end of the day, however reason he doesn't want to post that, he's not going to anyway. So it's good. It's going to be good to have transparency. Because at the end of the day, people are going to run into these problems. There's nothing you can do about it. I didn't think I was going to, and I ran into 2 of them, and this is my 3rd season.
And so most of the time, you don't just palpate the egg out. First, you need to aspirate the egg.
Yeah.
Because if it's stuck, there's usually a reason why it's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So first, you need to aspirate, and then you palpate.
Yeah.
And I don't even palpate the same day. I'll aspirate the egg that's stuck or whatever, and then I'll give it 2 or 3, 4 days.
Yeah, see if she can pass it on her own.
And 9 times out of 10, she does.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how many snakes I've had helped with or had issues with, like not just my own, but with other people, and then like helping them walk them, either help them with it physically, like help them, or walk them through it. And I'm about a 90% success rate, because you're not always successful. I've had a couple die.
Yeah. Now, that's good though, because most people, you got to think, most people, they don't get this information because they're not going to see it from these big breeders. They don't get that information. They're going to leave that female alone, and those eggs are going to end up rotting in her, and she's going to end up dying anyway. So most people aren't going to get access to this information. So it's good that we're even talking about it. It's going to be good information. So that was actually the shed testing was what my last one is. So we covered that. So if you guys have any more,
well, I got one more that I want to share.
Gadgets.
So more gadgets. So these are sensor push sensors.
Yep.
They connect via Bluetooth, and you can get a hub so that they connect to your Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And
Amazon Prime, baby.
Amazon Prime. Yep. They are a little bit expensive. They're like $50 a sensor, but they will save you from all kinds of crap. So I have one in my
rodents, man.
I have one in my exactly. I have one in my rat room. I've got several in here. What I like to do with them is put them on the same level that the probe is on, because you can it's an app on your phone, so it'll send you a notification based on whatever you tell it to do. So,
but you have to send the notifications. You have to buy the actual modem. You have to buy the modem. If you don't buy the modem or the hub, you won't send it, because you can actually buy just the sensors.
Yes, and they can work if you're in the room, right? Yeah. You can see like, okay, great, this is at this temperature. Probably not so useful for most of us. You want the hub.
Yeah, you need the hub. Because if you're at work or something and you're freaking
sensors.
Unless you work from home like some people do.
No, and I'm telling you, it's already saved me probably twice already, because my room, even just recently, 3 days ago, I had all my windows open because I don't have my fan set up, my duct fan set up in my rat room yet. And I had both my windows open and both my fans going, and it got 92 or 89 degrees or something like that here. And all of a sudden I get a notification, hey, your rodent room is above temperature. I run home, turn the AC on, good to go. But if I didn't have that, who knows? If my room wasn't well insulated, I could have lost all my rodents in a matter of an hour.
Upstate asked if we can show an example of this thing in work. Not really, because my phone is there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have my phone on.
So this is a working sensor. This is on, right? It's got a battery in it. The battery lasts. I don't know. I've had some of these in here for a year.
Yeah, they say a year. They say they'll change them every year is what they say. I think.
Well, it sends you a notification when it wants you to change the battery.
Yeah.
So it'll say, hey, your battery's low. It's going to run out in the next month or whatever. But they're very low power. They're just Bluetooth. So,
can you charge it?
No, it's just it's a
car battery. You go to O'Reilly's or whatever and buy
a new battery.
Yeah. You just put a new battery in.
You don't have to buy.
You take a quarter and just open it up.
It's just the nickel battery, the round ones.
Gotcha. I'm not a gadget person. I know several people that have them.
Yeah, I'm telling, it's easy, dude. Like it's like you set it. It took 2 seconds to set up. Literally, and it was good to go.
That's a battery.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's a big battery.
It's a big battery, but it's. Again.
Yeah, that's like twice the size of all the batteries in my optics and scopes. And
shit. Duncan, you got to get it, man. I'm telling you, you 100%.
Yeah.
You have if you don't. I mean, it doesn't matter what you have. I have an alarm system that has a a temperature sensor, and I still run this thing in there just for double
Absolutely.
the safety.
I've tried some other ones, and I'm not happy with the other ones, honestly. So last week, one of the snakes got out because Whitney forgot to close the tub after she took a picture. So like 10 o'clock at night after cleaning rats, I come in here, I'm like, fuck sakes. Right. So, and she actually knocked a probe loose. So the next day, after I caught this snake, put her away, the next day I come in here and it's like 90 degrees in my damn room. So unfortunately, the probe that she knocked loose was one of the other ones that I was testing to see how I like them. I don't like them. That's why this is here. It's replacing those ones.
Damn, Kevin.
So, these ones, literally within minutes, it will send you a notification to your phone and say, hey, and you can control it to, I don't remember if it's to the degree or to the point of a degree, but whatever it is, you can say, if my room or, wherever this sensor is, if it gets to 92 degrees, then send me an alert. Or you can say, you can literally plug in whatever number you want on both sides. It's got a high and low alarm.
It tracks humidity as well.
And it tracks humidity too. And you can sensor off that if you want to also. Yeah. And then it also gives you a history on it. So we also keep one in our incubator. And they're lifesavers. They're amazing. I can't speak enough good about them.
Upstate said, okay, maybe a better question would be locations. So you gotta have Wi-Fi. Yeah. You gotta have Wi-Fi.
No, he's saying where to put them.
I know, but I'm just saying you have to have Wi-Fi to even run them. Period. So don't buy them unless you have Wi-Fi, because you can't. You won't get connected to your phone and be able to look anywhere you are. So you have to have Wi-Fi.
So that's all I do.
That's directly on the heat panel. Yeah.
Yep. So it's on the heat panel. What I tried to do, this one I only have one probe on this rack. So I try to run them. Here's the other one. So there's my probe. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
Don't bite me, you little shit.
He's gonna bite me in the. So there's my probe, and then on the same heat panel, I've got a sensor push. So that means my sensor.
You can run it, Duncan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can run an Ethernet cord to it if you have one.
You can run an Ethernet cord to the hub. Yes.
Yeah. And Upstate, I use personally. I only have two of them. I put one in my rat room, one in my snake room. But I put them just in wherever you want to put them. Like put it where you're gonna have most direct ambient temperature. I guess you could say. You just want it to be as accurate as you can get it.
So like there's the one in my incubator. Yeah. Literally just on the shelf. I mean, I can take it from here and put it here. Okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I use a cigar humidor. Sorry, sensor for my incubator, but I have to open the door to see it. I'm not fancy. I'm not a gadget person.
He's not a gadget guy.
But they didn't have this stuff when I started, so I just got accustomed to
using what you're using. Yeah.
You haven't converted me to
I'm working on you. Wearing them down.
You keep trying.
hey, I'm working on Kevin, and you're working on. it's a continuous little rotation here. Okay.
Oh, I have no hopes or aspirations ever getting Jack to do anything on social media.
No,
it'll come. It'll come. Hey, something happens, and we start getting some sponsors on this thing. Some a little bit of dough starts rolling. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling.
Hey, if we get sponsors and you want to throw something my way, I'll be happy for it, and I'll keep showing up.
Oh yeah. hey, how about this? You're gonna have to check in via telephone on an app. You're gonna do it.
I don't even know what the hell that is. You're speaking Greek, a different language.
I'm speaking a different language.
We can call Jack. Absolutely, we can call. He's technology savvy enough.
I can answer a phone call. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay.
Yeah. Or I can just
that works.
I can sit right here.
I mean, he literally lives 4 minutes away. So I could practically walk to his house.
Yeah. Now, if we're driving to Tinley, it might be a little tougher. Or no, we drive on Thursday.
We'll drive on Thursday. We'll be setting up at Tinley.
Yeah, we'll be setting up.
So
that's where the next one's going to be. So we're going to do.
No, next one. two times from now.
Oh yeah, 2 times. Yeah, the next
Yeah.
one's going to be we're going to have some special guests on, and then the following one is going to be Tinley, basically show vlog, kind of pre-show vlog for them, and then the next one after that is going to be a post-show experience where Kevin and if Jack wants to show up, basically talk about how their experience was at Tinley. So should be pretty cool. Trying to think. Anything else? Any of you guys have anything else on your? I don't have anything. That's all 5 of mine.
No, that's pretty much it.
Anybody have any comments? Drop them below. We're gonna probably run this another 5 minutes and then probably call
I guess the only last thing I could think of is starting out. Get as much information as you can from as many sources as you can, and if anybody ever tells you that this is the only way to do it or this is how you do it, period, find somebody else.
Yep.
Because there's 3 of us here. We all 3 do things differently.
Exactly. Yeah, you heard us in the talks talking about different things that we all 3 do, and we all have 3 on different levels. I mean, we started at different times.
But gather information. That's the one thing I know. I'm sure all 3 of us do. We gather information. I'm still learning. Been doing this more than a dozen years, and I still try to learn something all the time. So if you stop learning, you start failing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I 100% agree with that. That's very, very good info. Chris said, "What's your favorite YouTubers to watch?" Are you talking about snake related? Are you talking about snake related? Then come on. I mean, you're looking at them all 3 right here. Come on. I mean, we're on the same YouTube channel. Come on now. Just kidding. Now, I personally watch. I mean, I obviously watch Justin. I watch. I mean, Brian's channel now that his son's taken over. It's really cool to watch.
For snake stuff, I like that. I like Late to the Mic. Those guys are pretty funny.
Yeah,
they do a pretty good job there.
Yeah, I like the Tarzan guy for other stuff too. He's really cool to watch.
Like I'll watch some of Justin's stuff. I'll watch some of RGI, not all of it. I'll watch some of Billy's. Just depends on what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'll watch Garrett DeMeyer stuff sometimes.
Yep.
Or on occasion I'll watch some of Miguel's stuff, but I don't watch all of any of them. Yep. Nerds. I watch more of nerd stuff because to me, most of nerd stuff is more
educational.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I don't watch most of my snake YouTube stuff.
No.
For fun. I watch it to learn.
Yes.
And if
I'm not get into a project, somebody's cutting a clutch, and you're like, "Oh shit, I want to buy something." I want to get
I want to see what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way.
Experience. Whereas I watch fucking Minecraft YouTubers because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
That's how I am too. I won't watch
woodworking.
I'm just like these guys and stuff. So. I won't watch a lot of snake YouTubers unless I'm looking to get something or looking at a cool clutch. But I'll watch fishing and hunting and different kinds of videos all day long, and I can watch them for 45 minutes. But then when I look at a snake video, it's 5 minutes. I'm there for a certain topic and I'm out. And that's just personal preference, just like these guys. So I mean, it can go. Everybody's got their own preference on what they want to watch and how long they want to watch it.
Watch whatever you get the most benefit from.
Exactly. There
and,
you go.
I do watch all the RGI ones because I'm like, monsoon test. Monsoon. Now he's going to be talking about monsoon. Now he's going to talk about monsoon. And so it still hasn't happened.
The last 2 weeks on the RGIs, it comes up because I subscribe. Blah 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 blah. So it comes up. It's more than an hour. I literally just skip it. I don't even start it. And then Kevin's like, "Hey, did you see the RGI?" Nope. Tell me about it because I'm not going to watch an hour YouTube video. I'm just not going to do it.
Because I'm the same way. I'm not.
But my entire YouTube time every day is maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah. I'm opposite. I watch a lot of YouTube when I'm on break and stuff, but it's mostly just random shit. Sometimes it'll be tennis videos, sometimes it'll be hunting, sometimes I don't really have sometimes it'll be freaking bodybuilding. I'll be watching a guy going to the gym and going through a workout. I mean, dude, I don't. It just depends. What mood you're in.
You watching Eddie Hall pull 1,100
pounds?
Yeah,
Eddie Hall. I'm watching Eddie Hall.
Actually,
get kicked in the face. He got knocked down. I watch that. I mean, dude, there's all kinds of cool shit.
2,200 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie Hall's a beast. Well, that's his nickname.
Dude, I watched one of his recent videos, and he's getting into freaking boxing, and he got kickboxed in the face. He got knocked out, dude. I was watching that shit. That was funny.
Yeah.
So
him and Brian Shaw both are kind of. I don't know if they're boxing each other or what the hell they're doing, but Brian.
Well, they were, but they canceled it. Somebody got hurt. I think they canceled it for some reason. I don't know what it was. I think it was him and Brian Ford or something too. I don't know.
Well, Brian Shaw, I know him and Brian Shaw are they do shit together all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then there's Half Thor or whatever, Bjorn.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to be him. It was going to be that freaking what's it called? That Martin Ford guy. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's a freaking specimen. That dude's jacked.
No, I haven't seen him.
That dude is crazy. He's like 6'8" or something like that, and he's like probably I don't even know, man. He's wicked. I mean, it's just it's crazy to look at. But yeah, no. Basically, again, personal preference all the way down. You can do anything like you were talking about before with taking opinions from snake breeders or whoever. You can take opinion from everybody and put it together and make it your own.
Right.
There's not one way to do something.
Because we're doing a snake video and we're talking about bodybuilding.
Exactly.
Yep. There you go.
Kevin's like, yep.
Yeah. And Kevin's out of it. Like we can talk fishing or guns if you want. I'm all good.
Yeah.
I'm here for the snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get back on the snakes. Anybody else have any questions? Going once, going twice.
Yep.
Anybody else drop anything else that you have, and then we're gonna call it a night.
So Chris, I watch Gun Bros, and I like what's his name, Honest Outlaw. I think that's what it's. Yeah, Honest Outlaw. So that's the two main gun tube people, is Gun Bros and Honest Outlaw that I watch.
And I'm going out tonight to do a little gunning myself.
Yeah.
Something may not. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna go thermal hunting tonight. It'll be fun.
So since this is
so do you have thermals or do you use NV?
No, we have a few thermals. I actually just put in for my suppressors too. So hopefully hopefully you can get them in 6 months. Hopefully that's the goal. Right now they're saying it's going to be 4 months. So I don't know. We'll see.
So what are you running?
So it's right now. I mean, I'm looking to get an AR-10, right? That's really what I'm looking to go to, but it's a 5.56 round right now. And I just got basically custom. Went up to my dad's gun shop and basically told the guy, like, hey, look, I want you to make me something for pig hunting. He, basically pointed out everything I needed, and then basically I'm running a Boremaster 5.53 on it. So. Well, it's pretty good scope. I mean, it works good. And then
I know a guy.
Hey, if you're looking to upgrade, get a hold of Kevin because I know a guy.
All right. So Keaton, we were talking about shed testing. This boy came back het clown. So he's a super pastel GHI hidden gene Woma stranger het clown, possible het monsoon.
Dude, how many of your possible het monsoons came back? Or your possible het double het stuff came back het clown. That looks crazy. Show some of these off real quick.
Five of seven this week.
So 5 out of 7. But how many of those 5 out of the 7 actually you think are going to prove het monsoon?
So this girl
3
came back
3 out of the 5.
So
3 out of 5.
I mean, she's just a super pastel het clown. That's some pretty wild pattern for a super pastel.
It is.
So I think she's gonna prove het monsoon.
Probably. Yeah, if you want to upgrade that 223 caliber, get in touch.
Well, see, that's the thing is I want to go AR-10, but I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Like it's like I run through so much ammo is the problem.
Well, then
I know a guy for that too.
Yeah. Well. Okay, if you're running through a lot of ammo, the 7.62 NATO, dude, there's tons of that around, just like the 5.56.
And that is. But then again, when I'm looking at that, I might as well just go up to the 308 round and just go to the straight up AR-10 and just be done. But then again, they send me some more expensive.
7.62 is the same. 7.62 by 51.
Well, it's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, it's close.
It's 5.56, 223. It's the same thing. Close enough. It's close enough to the same thing. You can shoot out the same gun.
Yeah.
You can shoot out the same gun.
And I've been thinking about it because I have a guy too local that builds ARs, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, then again, I'm thinking, why the hell do I want to spend more money on guns when I can buy more snakes? Because I've already got
because it's guns. Yes, guns. I mean,
I don't know, man.
Hey, go 50. we go 450 Bushmaster or 458 Casull, or not SOCOM. 458 SOCOM. Yeah, I know a guy. Let me know.
You have no idea how close I was to buying at least an AR-10. I was looking at some stuff, but I was like, no, man. You know what? That right there, that's more puzzle.
Oh shit. Dude, an AR-10. I mean, at the end of the day, that's less than a month's worth of feeders.
No,
that's less than a month.
That is true. I mean, I could make it back in a month just for selling the rats, but then again, you gotta, I don't know. It's an addiction, just like the snakes, dude. I mean, you know how it is. You go into a gun store and you're just like, dude, I gotta have this, I gotta have this, I gotta have this.
I mean, there's always a few more you need.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I need the whole staccato lineup. I don't have that yet.
Yeah.
And I don't have a what is it, a Laugo alien?
Hey, how about this? We'll plan a time where you guys can come down and we'll go down and we'll go pig hunting, dude. I'll show you guys a good time, dude. We have some places out here. You can bring your gun and we'll have some fun. We'll do that.
Just one?
Huh?
Just one? You just said gun.
Well, I mean, you can bring a gun for Kevin too. I mean, I don't know if Kevin's if Kevin shoots guns, but I mean, if
Kevin grew up on a farm.
I grew up in the country.
Like, okay, well, there you go. Man. There you go.
I gotta send you a video later of snowmobiling. Some people snowmobiling around my hometown.
Yeah,
it's stupid. Like what you guys think of country and what I think of country are way different things.
Well, yeah, because your country's covered in white stuff.
No, but I mean, as far as people and population. Like,
well, you gotta come. I'm telling you, you guys gotta come down here, and you'll see country for sure.
No, bro. Hey, where you are compared to where I grew up, you are not in the country. I can guarantee you that.
Can you see your neighbors?
No.
With binoculars.
Binoculars. If I can maybe see a window, because I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of the loop right now, but this isn't the place where we're gonna go. We're gonna go where you can walk 10 miles one direction and not find anything.
Dude, from my parents' house, you can walk 100 miles one direction and not find anything.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm
not kidding.
We're not beating that.
And that's one direction. The other direction, you can walk 1,000 miles and not find anything.
Okay, yeah, that's. I don't know if that's country. I think that's more just barren. You're in the barren land at that point,
The land's not barren though.
Yeah, it's just not.
It's just not populated.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll send you this video after this. It's like a 2-minute video of them going down all these trails. They probably do about 70 miles or so, like round trip. If you added up all the people that were within 100 miles of them at any point in that trip, it's probably less than 10,000.
I think we lost like 5 people when we started talking about guns.
I know. Yeah, we started talking about guns and everybody dipped. But hey, we've already covered everything. So I mean, a little gun talk's not gonna hurt anybody. If you're not interested in it, you don't have to be here. It's a you can hit that end button or leave button anytime you want. But we like guns, so we're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. So. And other people do too. At least Chris does anyway.
Yeah, there's 11 people in here that don't seem to mind guns. I mean, they've been in here for a little hot minute. So.
Well, probably 7 of them are cleaning rat shit or snake shit.
Yeah, exactly. Probably 7 were just listening. They can't hit the leave button yet.
It's like, I don't even know who them people are. It's just background noise.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I don't think we see any more comments. Just, Chris talking about how awesome guns and snakes are. Trust me, Chris. We know. We 100% agree. We 100% agree. But I mean, I think we covered a lot this episode. I think we covered a lot more than what we were supposed to cover, which is good.
Good discussion.
Yeah, we covered probably at least 15 topics, at least.
At least, yeah.
Probably.
And we covered them pretty well too. I mean, we went in depth. We answered some comments. So I think it was a good episode, and glad you guys could both make it, and glad everybody else could make it in the comments. And I mean, any point in time you're in this live, we appreciate you. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And anybody watching it afterwards, feel free to.
Yeah, we got that too.
Feel free to hit us up if you need something
afterwards. We appreciate you. So
we might not always have answers, but
we can make some shit up.
We can either
make some shit up. Can't we? Yeah, we can.
Have some answers.
I like that. He said, "You know what? We can make some shit up." I like it.
that's what everybody's in this industry is fucking doing anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing new, so everybody's making something up. You know,
Right.
I mean, what this is what it is. But all right, guys, Chris, have a good weekend. Everybody in the comment section, Kevin, Jack, have a good weekend. We'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Yeah, we'll catch you next Friday.
Have a good one.
Hopefully, I'll be on time, and maybe I'll be here for half the show.
There you go.
All right, see you guys later.